Supra today, and this is why I don't like coils, because it's gonna take us 3 hours just to lower the car half an inch. Whereas if we were on air, we could just go, and we'd be done.
It's not the coilover's fault. It's not the coilover's fault. Why you always gotta be complaining about coilovers, Tej? They're not that bad.
It's not even so much the coilovers themselves, but more so the design on the Supra is really bad. Back half isn't too bad, but the fronts, I fear, will take a really long time and just require a bunch of unnecessary work. We could be doing other things with our time, like Twitch or podcasts. Link down below, link in bio. I put the wheels on, it looked really good. The fitment was actually pretty great, and I was surprised on the wheels because they were supposed to be a little bit weak, but they fit pretty good. Before I drive it on the street, I wanted to make sure my ride height was good, and I wanted to give myself a full day to do this because I don't know what it is. I've just had the hardest time in the past with adjusting coils, and it's taken way too long. If you guys remember when we did the fronts, they were a lot of work, and we might have to do a lot of unnecessary work just to adjust the height. So we're giving ourselves a lot of time here today. I'm not searching for like eliminate status stance, but I'm searching for like, I'm gonna drive this car on the road and I don't wanna damage anything, but I wanna be low type of stance, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna briefly interrupt today's video to say thank you to our sponsor, SeatGeek. If you guys do not know what SeatGeek is, it's a place where you can buy tickets for any concert, any event, anything that you want for pretty good prices. If you have a girlfriend like me who's trying to go to see Beyonce, all you gotta do is go to SeatGeek.com and click Beyonce's face. After you pick what concert you wanna see, it's gonna pull up the stadium and it's gonna pull up all the seating options. At that point, you then ask the girlfriend, where do you wanna go sit? In the front or on the side?
Front and center.
That's expensive, but okay. You go to the front and center, click that option. It's gonna tell you what row and how many seats are available in that row. The green means it's a good price. The red usually means it's not the best price available. If you use the code TJ, you get $20 off your first purchase, which is huge. That's like getting free popcorn, or actually at a concert, it's like getting one free drink. Doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, 20 bucks is huge. So if you're looking to go to any concerts, be sure to download the SeatGeek app or go to the website. And when you go to the promotions or you go to the coupon section, use the code TJ and save yourself 20 bucks. Get yourself free popcorn, free drinks, it's on me. Thank you so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. All the information for SeatGeek will be listed in the link below. Be sure to check it out, and let's get back to the normal programming. So we need to lower the back, yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna go about a ½ inch. You loosen the lock ring, and you can either count threads or you can get a caliper. I think Calvin's actually trying to grab the caliper right now. Measuring out a ½ inch, setting the lock ring, and then we're gonna screw the bottom portion of the coilover up, and we should have a lowered car.
Ooh, it'd be very low. Very, very low.
The last thing we wanna do is go too low and rub
inch.
and ruin any of this.
It was like this. So if you remove ½ an inch, that's you have one finger.
Unfortunately, to adjust these coils, you have to take it out of the car. You're not able to spin the bottom half. The lower control arm just gets in the way. So I just did this side, we're gonna do it the other side, and then move on to the fronts.
6.5 hours later.
Here we go again, getting ahead of ourselves. We looked at it, and I think it's possible. The problem we run into is when you have to take the strut out, everything has to come out, and that's a problem.
Give them an example of what we're talking about, Cal. Because I know we're not the best at explaining things.
So on the 350Z, there's a bolt that goes in here and a bolt that goes in here, and they're separate, and then they come out like that. This one is literally this long.
It's like 9 inches long.
And behind this is the windshield washer fluid bottle, and it hits that.
So when you go to remove this bolt, you have to pull it out to the left, and it pretty much backs up against the front of the bumper, and you have to like pick apart everything, and it's a really big hassle and takes a pretty long time.
That is only if we have to remove the strut.
In the rear we had to, but I think in this front we might be able to get away with it.
Because the rear was a fork, this is a ball.
I could show you better than I could tell you.
We're gonna remove the lower control arm bolt, and when we step on the rotor, hopefully we're hoping to gain enough clearance on that bolt where we can just screw up the coil without removing anything, and that would significantly increase the amount of time that we thought this was gonna be, and really make a lot less of a headache. So fingers crossed.
That's looking promising, Tej.
Oh, before we do this, let's remember to take a measurement of the coil. I'm going off of a picture that we took. We obviously didn't have the car on the ground before the start of this video.
This was higher than the rear, though.
This was significantly higher.
If anything, this is the scariest bit because you're gonna be turning your wheel, and if it goes,
we had quite a bit of room. I'm thinking 3/4 of an inch is a safe bet, and I'd rather be safe than destroy these fenders, so.
Agreed. I'm in natural pooping position right now, and I need a poop.
Oh!
We're not happy. My stomach's not happy.
Ah, the fucking jets. I'm gonna wait for the jets. Please stand by. We're gonna take about, dude, shut up. We're gonna take, holding my breath. We're gonna take 3/4 of an inch off, which is literally, that's scary. I'm scared we're going a little bit too low, but that's about right there. I'm gonna step down on this rotor and we should be able to spin this up without having to take that big bolt out, so we got lucky. Hey Dut, do me a favor and put your head right down here. Take it.
Just lay a foul
And
one.
take a deep breath, brother. Oh, it works. Oh, that's a lot of height removed. Calv, step. Oh, I don't even need you to step on it anymore. And right there. All right, this side is done. I am so happy with how easy this is. Also, I'm replacing the end links on this too. The other ones were like completely clapped out, so I'm actually reusing my end links from my 350Z. End links can be universal. That's something that I don't think everyone knows. That's something I definitely didn't know. Just make sure that the diameter of the stud coming out the end link isn't too big for the hole. Other than that, like pretty much universal. I got this end link off on the other side. As you can see here, I had to use vice grips to grab the other side of the bolt when I took the nut off. It was extremely difficult. I pretty much had to destroy them to get them off. They were like rusted on, and this is like one of those designs where you have to stick an Allen key on like the outside of the bolt and then use a wrench and try and get it through. I've always hated that design. It sucked, and I got this so tight on here that I can't even undo these vice grips. We're gonna be throwing these out and switching to adjustable end links. A reason as to why you're gonna want to use adjustable end links, especially when you're adjusting height, because now when we're lowering this coil, the height between the sway bar and the lower control arm is gonna change, and when you do that, it's different than the fixed position of this end link. It's always good to switch to adjustable end links for reasons like that. I'm measuring about 1.5 inches to the bottom of the lock collar. I'm gonna be taking about 3/4 off, which is gonna put us at about 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna loosen this lock collar, adjust it, and reduce the height. I have it on wood blocks right now so that we can take the arms off of the pinch rails of the car. Keep in mind that this wheel will be higher up because it's on a double block. All right, so our initial look, that looks pretty good. That's about where I would want it to stay a little bit safe.
Hanging out with Dut too much.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it looks good. That's gonna take my fender off.
I'm a scared boy.
He's got a 35-way adjustable stride. We dialed it back 15
Off of 35,
clicks.
so it's...
You're fine.
I'm more scared when I turn, but okay.
Okay.
Later, beep. I can hear the stickers on the tires. Oh, I don't want to scrape. I don't know how low I am. All right, so we are checking for any noises, any potential rubs.
Give her a little slalom.
I can hear the fucking stickers.
Rub.
Rub, 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 rub. Immediate. Is that in the front, do you think?
That's okay.
Just rub on the rear, rub on the rear. Damn. We gotta raise the rear.
You're gonna drive it home? Is that your goal?
Yeah.
We could drive it. We could raise it. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, rub it.
Oh, it's like the moment you get on the gas. The moment we get on the gas, the ass just sits and rubs.
Come on, man.
Damn. Rip. Taking it home, boys.
You're gonna rub doing a U-turn.
No, I shouldn't. The fronts looked okay.
No, it's the rear if you like gas it a little bit. Because you're putting weight.
Yeah, you're right. The fronts are okay though.
The fronts?
That's what I was worried about.
I don't know if they're okay because
I mean, you don't hear it, and we just did a full.
I'm at okay on the.
Fuck, that's bad. I'm about to raise the rear up about 1/4 inch, and actually, Dustin, who just did this on his R32, is rolling my rears. I've had like really bad past experiences with rolling my fenders. Dut is taking it nice and slow, and he's actually bringing it up quite a bit. I didn't want to roll my fenders, but the last thing I want to do is make an adjustment, go back out and drive, and then have it still rub a little bit. So we're doing a light roll, and then raising it just a little bit so it's not too noticeable. Hopefully that will eliminate all rubbing issues. I'm gonna do my best to give an example of what it looks like, but this is the lip that I keep rubbing on, and it kind of like doesn't hang parallel with the floor. It kind of angles towards the middle of the chassis. And now on this side, it actually like flares up.
And that will buy us maybe like a couple centimeters, whatever, but
That's a lot of space.
That's a lot of space.
Like, basically, what you're rubbing on back here, the lip sits like this in your wheel well, right? So when your wheel travels, you're hitting that inner lip, which causes like the noise.
The cutting and the noise.
So basically, what we're doing is just like rolling it inward, so you have all of this space for your wheel travel inside the wheel well, to where it's not even going to touch your wheel.
All right, I raised it about no more than a ½ inch in the rear. For some reason, it looks like gapingly tall.
I'm gonna go test drive it and we'll see how it feels.
Gotta make the first test, Teach. It's the acceleration test.
Let's see.
As if we failed to excel.
Did we fix our problem? It's not like really high, it's just could be a little bit lower.
A little bit. Oh, 8. That's not bad. You're doing all right so far.
Okay, well, we
do a brake test. See if that'll rub. Oh, 8.
Wait, what was that? Ready?
Is that rubbing?
Is that the front?
Is that rubbing?
Let's listen. Whoa! Doctor! Was that the front or the rear?
That's the front, dude. No, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Oh, here we go.
She rubs a little bit.
In the back?
No, that's the front right. Honestly, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drive the car around for a couple days, and if I notice that like if I like yank the wheel, sure it will rub, but like I wanna see like if I drive it around the street, like if I go over crack bumps and stuff, will it rub? And if I notice it being frequent, then I'll probably make a change.
If it does rub, you need to check when it rubs, because what can possibly happen is it'll pull your fender out.
That's what happened to Dustin.
Yeah.
GTR. This Dut is part of the TE37 club. We're gonna go get some photos down the street.
Because I haven't gotten like any photos at all of this car, and my Instagram is lacking lately. I need to boost that up. So we're gonna go drive down to our spot and get some photos of some JDM legends. Dut, I'll meet you down there.
I don't know what I want to do about the interior of this car. I'm kind of slowly getting over the fact of like it being stock. I don't know if I've said this yet, but I have a new front bumper on the way. It won't be here for a pretty long time. And I'm looking at some other exterior parts, and I'm looking at some motor stuff. I'm not gonna speak of anything quite yet, but just remember this conversation. This is kind of my thought process. I could keep the car stock motor-wise for the next 10 years. The value, I'm just like literally shooting numbers, I don't really know what it'd be, but the value could be like 30 or 50 grand over what I originally bought the car for in like 10 years. And for the next 10 years, is it worth... You chotch! I have your lips on my... Is it worth in the next 10 years gaining 50K for ordering this car and like my level of enjoyment of driving a stock motor and all that type of stuff? I feel like my enjoyment level might be like 7 out of 10, whereas if I was to go for larger power and get those numbers, I could enjoy the car out of 10 out of 10. And I just don't know if it's worth owning this car and not enjoying it to the full potential just because it's gonna be worth more. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. I understand it's prestige, but I also want to enjoy it to its max potential, in my opinion. Let's go get some photos.
This photo shoot spot kind of sucks because it's way too bright out.
So bright.
But I just wanted to see what they look like together. Oh, man! Oh, it's like my camera's like completely blown out.
I told you, we gotta go.
There's no shade here.
We gotta go in the business park.
My active arrow's out right now. That's my active lip arrow. It like wasn't working recently. I don't know why. I don't think I told you guys that. But the active arrow, this lip, retracts. It goes up and in. Like if I like go over like 40 miles an hour, it will like come down. That's odd. I don't know why it's out right now. But hey, I like it.
You know what I do want to do?
The matte blues in like the sunlight are extremely, well they're not bright, but they glow a lot more than they do in the shade.
When the car is in the shade, they almost have like a black kind of presence, but in the sunlight,
they are much brighter, and it looks really rad.
You guys thought the blue on the black was kind of odd, but it's different. I like it a lot, actually.
I almost went with Dutz. It's like black chrome with like silver lips, but you already went that color combo, so I couldn't go that way, asshole.
Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. I do. Let's do an exhaust.
Can.
Be sure to follow my Instagram. I'm posting photos of this car and asking what I should do next. And I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Should it be more body? Should it be interior? I was thinking about messing with interior. We talked a little bit earlier about doing more motor stuff, but I'm gonna leave that for another time. But I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts.
And I'm feeling low.